What's good with the YouTube, man? It's your boy Rojo with the Convicts Perspective, man. Today I'm joined by the homie Big Gunner from Gunner's Collective, and we got a very special guest. Any of you guys from the North probably know who he is without even me saying, man, but what's up, homeboy? Why don't you go on and introduce yourself, brother?
So I used to go by Little Toro. That was my rap name. And I used also another name, LT, but now I go by King T. So King T TV, that's the channel.
How you doing today, my man?
And I'm doing good, brother. Enjoying this Mother's Day. Just came back from eating some Casavitas, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling with y'all.
Hell yeah, man. So man, I heard you got some stuff going on, man. You kind of having a little bit of back and forth with some individuals, man. What's your story on what happened, man? We're hearing a lot of stuff, man, but we want to hear it directly from you as we know you and respect you.
It's very, 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 very easy. I've said it before, but you know, my family and people took the videos down because they took me into a mental institution and did all this crazy shit to me as soon as I started speaking out on certain rappers and certain homie rappers and individuals in the within, you know, the industry. I got on my YouTube and I started speaking out because I felt the rumors coming from all over the place. So as soon as the police started doing me hella dirty, I go to LA, they're like, you got a warrant. Then I don't got a warrant. Then they're like, you're getting 5150. So I'm like, damn, I said these people are undercover police officers. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail 2 times over Julio Gotos, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Told me to go 2 different places. I end up incarcerated at the end of those results. So it's like, you know, I end up getting released and stuff, but it's like, you know, maybe at the time it was just fucked up for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was deep in the rap game, getting over 200,000-300,000 views every music video I do. And then all of a sudden, you know, when you're really a homeboy and then you're pushing those numbers, that means your attention's going on. But in the back of your mind, you've been to prison, you've been to jail. You know, that's always, man, you don't know. Nobody wants to go back to the pen or go back to jail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to go there because every time you go, especially when you're pushing the active movement or whatever, you know, you might not come home at a certain time or whatever. You feel me? So you don't want to go back. And plus I started having kids out of nowhere at late in age. You know, I was like 26, 27 when I started having my first son. And I got a daughter. So it's like, you want to live for your kids. You know, you don't want to go back to prison. So make a long story short, I'm like, man, these motherfuckers is trying to put me in jail, trying to put me away for a very, very long time. So I ended up doing those series on Netflix, right? I did I ended up doing this. He told me to go do this one Netflix show with about stolen cars. So they're like, they're gonna pay you $400, go in there and act like you steal cars. So I'm like, yeah, my name's Stolo. You know, I go to car. You know, I'm just playing a role. It's all supposed to be a script.
Right.
So then when the next thing for the Netflix show tries to put me on the show to do a script, they tell me to put a real brick of cocaine in my RV and to do an interview. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What are you talking about? So I called the guy. I'm like, hey, the people you got me over here with are telling me to do some illegal ass shit that don't make no sense. Oh, let me give you a call back. I'll let you know. So all of a sudden I get the call back, and the call back is to proceed. He says, no, proceed. Go ahead, bro. These are certified people from Oakland. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I'm not proceeding with this. Make a long story short, I'm with my Uncle Frankie Flacco Corsetti, Eastside Daly City. He's been on big active yards, all the homies all over there know him and shit. He's like, Toro, he's like, you're my nephew, bro. He's like, do not go to the hotel. The last thing they told me to do was bring 2 zips of meth and 2 pistols and to come do a scene. I said, you guys are fucking crazy. And we'll pay you the rest of your $400 when you get here. So I was supposed to get paid $800 to do this scene. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm like, nah. So as soon as that happened, all of a sudden, this other homeboy named Shanks, he goes to jail with all the illegal things in the world. Make a long story short, he gets out in a day after going to the federal building in Oakland. He gets out in 1 day after getting caught with 60 racks, all these drugs. But the key is they had 2 of my cell phones with all my raps in my phone. I was about to start going to the studio and dropping albums. So my 2 cell phones get confiscated. They just found raps in my cell phone. So they never give me back my phones. All of a sudden, I got his bag with his jewelry. I call the homie up. I'm like, hey, bro, I got your jewelry, whatever. Let me step back. His wife answers the phone. He never gets on the phone. I say, I got his jewelry. I meet him with the rapper Louis Loco. You know Louis Loco from San Francisco, right? Yeah. It's me and Louis Loco and some dude named Frescaso from the Mission. Here comes Shank's wife. She pulls up. I give him over $7,000 back in jewelry. You know, I like jewelry. My shit's real. I don't wear fake stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I could have kept that for myself if I was on some thievery shit, but I wasn't. So I gave it back to the homie. All of a sudden, this guy pulls out that I robbed him, that I took his shit, that I took all his stuff and everything. And then all of a sudden, I'm all bad. So that goes from homeboys in my good programming the whole time with, you know, I was an active member. I don't push the active line. I create peace amongst all race, you feel me? And especially ours, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been through the shit. So it's like fucking, it just blew my mind how I was this fucking homeboy rapping, promoting, popping up at unknown hoods and giving them glorification and doing hella cool ass shit. And then I'm over here getting jumped at parks. I'm doing hella shit. I'm fighting with one hand. Like I already posted on my channel and shit, the stories, you know, but after that, all of a sudden people start getting, you know, I didn't get a due process. I didn't get none of that. I just got people hope, you know, this new generation, like the homie says, this Hoto generation. All I got was Instagram posts. The homeboys removed. The homeboys no good. So I got removed off the internet. So I'm like, so I now, you know, like this new generation, so I'm removed off the internet now. So now I'm getting fucking people fucking psychologically fucking with my head and trying to say this shit. So it's like, I've been a strong member of the homeboy community. I've been locked up with hella different homies, like the homie Corner's brother put me and the homie Gunner together. I've been locked up with him in my county. He knows I've always pushed the active line, never dropped out, never did any of that stuff. But now that I'm 34 years old and I got kids and all this other shit, and I seen the way it is, I don't give a fuck about it no more. And that's just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather create much peace amongst everybody where we can go everywhere and everybody's cool, because at the end of the day, it's watered down now. It will never be the same. It's watered down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just felt like, man, that's well, give me my due process or something. You know what I mean? That's what they should have did. But now it's too late, because now it's no turning back now. You know what I mean?
So have these developments that have gone on with you hindered your ability to, you know, put out music and all that kind of stuff? Or are you still just pushing and, you know, doing your thing, or what?
Oh, that's the biggest thing, brother. I think the biggest thing was to mentally and to spiritually and to physically try to destroy me and be like, we don't want this Vato talking no more. This guy knows too much. You know, my uncle's Mousy, Northside soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a soldier he is. That nigga's getting out. He goes in for gun cases left and right and comes right back home. And his best friend is you know who. So I don't know too much about the homies no more. And I told my uncle too, I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? He tell me you can buy back in for 6 bands. I'm not buying back in, bro. This ain't no fucking poker game, homie. I play poker. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy back in. Go play some 3 cards from Texas Hold'em. I'll buy back in. You feel me? But I'm not, for what? What do I need to buy back in for? What did I do?
Right.
What did I do but said be solid? So I'm not gonna fall for the bullshit, you know? But yeah, of course it messed with my head. It was like, you know, for a period of time, I'm like, damn, shit, I'm entertaining motherfuckers. Do I really want to entertain these people anymore? Because as my book, I rap really, really well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm the one giving you, you know, whatever was good ever going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just fucked up when you really from the Bay Area and your family's involved in the rap scene. And you know, I got like distant relatives like that are involved in the rap scene in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden at a very young age, they bring out people. So here comes Louis Lou, here comes all these older rapper people that I got introduced to when I was like 15, 16 years old. Big Tone, all these people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you start glorifying that shit, then you want to go do it, but then you find out, man, these homies really ain't your homies. And some of these niggas are involved in some other shit, and they're all playing some type of fucking role, and they think I'm dumb. I'm like, oh, y'all niggas is awesome. You know, and people be like, hey, why you say niggas so much or whatever? I'm Puerto Rican and Mexican, bro. You know what I'm saying? Spencer, that's my language, but I grew up in San Francisco till I was in 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Out there, it's a different type of mentality, a different talk. You know what I mean? And then I moved to Vacaville. And over there, it's like the end of the Bay, beginning of the Valley. You got homeboys that are straight white boys. My homie Psycho, RIP, that was the hardest white boy that came out of Solano County. You know what I mean? The homie black homeboys, Chinese homeboys, mixed homie. The homie Chongo, he's got Salvadorian black and white. Like, we got a whole bunch of mixed breeds over there. So our Vadio is not your typical, you know, your typical hood.
That's the Bay, man. That's how the Bay is. Yeah.
It's just how the Bay is, you know what I mean? But It's fucked up though, bro. At the end of the day, because I always loved the homies, and I never did nobody dirty. I used to let homeboys come to my house. Oh, scratch out the fucking phone. I used to let the homie like Big Rome, when he was on parole, he'd come to my house. I make sure he didn't go to jail, looking out for street corners, like woo woo. And then fucking motherfuckers just was on some funny ass shit. I'll pull up to homeboys' videos in their studios, and I'll knock out 3 or 4 songs. And fucking they put it up on iTunes, and I'd be like, what's up? I never get no money. So I was like, this ain't worth my time. I'm just doing all this shit. This ain't worth my time over here showing all these motherfuckers love.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what was it, man, what was the transition like when you moved from San Francisco out to Vacaville, man? I've done quite a few terms, bro, and I had never ran across a homeboy that had came out of Vacaville, man. What's the environment like out there?
Man, honestly, when I moved there, bro, it was beautiful. Cause it was that time. It was so I moved out there probably like probably the year 2001 or something like that. I want to say, or maybe before that. Fuck, 2000 maybe. Make a long story short, yeah, I was like 13, so about the year 2000. That's when East Coco Records and shit was going down. That's when like Woody Wood and the homeboy unity was strong. That's when you go to the mall, you see someone wearing a San Francisco red hat, and you be like, oh, what's up, homeboy? You homeboy? And they be like, yeah. And you goes, what's up with you, bro? And you remember them days?
Yeah, no doubt.
What's up? That's a homie right there. Now, you can't do that, but it's, you don't know if you don't know. But back in them days, it was a real movement. So when I moved to Vacaville, get it back on point, it was all red. I just got kicked out of Fairfield School Districts because my mom is still living in Fairfield. So then when we moved to Vacaville, she was getting her house bought. You know what I mean? She had her house getting built in Fairfield. And my mom got bread. Like, I didn't come from like some super poor environment, like certain homeboys and shit like that. I'm keeping this shit real. My dad is an older homeboy named Conejo from Eastside Daly City. Very well-known homeboy. That motherfucker hit the bag would fall off the fucking yard and shit. You know what I mean? But so he never had no bread. He's in prison right now. Free my pop. Shit, I almost said some stupid ass shit right now about him. But I love that guy, you know what I mean? So that's where I got my homeboyish from. He had me fighting in projects in San Francisco on my birthdays, 8 years old. I'm fighting 3 people back-to-back fades, you know what I'm saying? As a little kid, oh, look at my son, he got black eyes, showing it off to his girlfriend. Like, I grew up with that mentality, fighting. Right. So when I moved to Vacaville, it was all red. It was all homeboys, you know what I mean? But they had a big Southsider problem at the time too. They never had that problem. When I moved there, the hoods that they claimed was all blued out. All Sureños were there, bro. So when I moved over there, I did a lot of fucking, I speak a lot. So I'm out in the streets talking to different people, giving lacing fools up like, nah, fool over here, we don't wear that. We wear this, put your shirt on and shit. And I got embraced over there by the homies. And really, they were like, we don't want you to. I had those player codes. Remember the player code shirts? Yeah. And then it said your area code on it.
Yeah.
I used to wear the players code shirt with the bands with the 4 and 5 on it, right? And the homie was like, hey, man, we want you to rep Vacas. You know what I'm saying? You moved out here, you're with us. And after like a year of being in high school, being with all the homies and shit, you're like, you build a certain bond. You're like, fuck it, these are the homies. This is my, we're all ends anyway. So I got jumped in and all that. And that's when I met that fool Little Raider, the other rapper. And I started meeting, that's when they started barely coming up and nobody had no CDs out. One of the homies actually hit a lick on some dude, came back to the hood and bought the homie a studio. It was supposed to be for the hood, but he took it for himself and fucking did some selfish ass shit with the iTunes and all that. Like for like the first couple of albums, I didn't get no money from. So it was a lot of shady shit over there in that hood, a lot of secretive shit too.
What got you, man, what got you your first trip to the big house, man? What earned you that?
So I got hella violations, right?
Probation.
I got a possession of a deadly weapon, not a firearm. It was a tree stick. So we're having a brawl, whatever. Police came. I couldn't hit the fence. It was a barbed wire fence and shit. I was stuck. They seen a tree stick on the ground. At that time, it was like 2006 or something. They said, we could give you a gang enhancement. You know what I'm saying? You could get 11 years if you don't plead to this. So I took the felony. You know what I mean? So after that, I just did hella violations and shit. And that's why I ended up going to the pen off a violation for having a 5-sack of weed in my car. I got pulled over in Yolo County. I came back messing with this female. She had a dude, was pushing 4 in the morning. He's like, hey, she's about to come back from graveyard shift. I get back in the North Star. I had a Cadillac. So of course I'm standing out. I'm in the fucking middle of the freeway by myself, you know what I mean? In Yolo County, bro. I get pulled over. I had this much weed on me. I had a card. They said, "Oh, you don't have cancer. You're not a cancer patient." I said, "No, but I got a cannabis card and I'm not high." They gave me a DUI and under the possession of marijuana and all this bullshit. So Yolo County, which then violated my 3 years joint suspension over here in Solano County, which 3-4 years later I end up going to the pen.
Man. Yeah, that's how they stack them on you, bro. You know what I mean? When you're a target, especially, man, being a homeboy, man, every time the cops would pull me over, they'd run the plate, nothing would happen. About 5 minutes will go by, man, you got 7 cars, you got all this and that. I mean, dude, all I did was run that stop sign a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't got to do all this extra, but man, it seems like, man, homeboys are a target, especially like Solano County, Contra Costa. You know, I've been places where they don't even trip. But man, you get pulled over in Solano, Contra Costa, man, they're coming with everything they got in them counties, bro, for some reason, you know?
Gang task.
Yeah, they ain't playing, man, and they'll gang enhancement the mess out of you, bro.
Yeah. And I also have something to say before you go on. So there's a rumor out there that I'm this guy that you know, I'm not on no Megan's Law, I'm not on nothing. Right. But I will put this out there because when you go to prison, you have to write down every time you've been to jail and what you have been accused of. So when I went to prison, I made sure that I wrote down my county jail time and what I've been accused of, even the cases that I beat. You know what I'm saying? And it involved a female. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, this is 14, 15 years ago. I beat the case. I never locked it up, never PC'd up, nothing. I end up getting dropped. I end up beating this shit. That's why you don't see my face on the website. So when I get out, I got out 3 different times. I went to prison for what I told you for the DUI.
Right.
So when I get there and I get cleared, I got homeboys from my hood that are writing good information about me. Okay. As soon as we have a hood issue, these niggas bring up this old ass shit from fucking years, decades ago, right? Oh, motherfucker, woo woo woo. Hold on, homeboy. All y'all motherfuckers fuck that bitch, fuck that female. I don't want to say no bad derogatory name, but all y'all motherfuckers fuck this female. The homies' dads, there was a party. I was sleeping on the couch. It's because somebody didn't get a ride home. Mind y'all still a teenager. I'm still a little kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? So fucking I turned myself in because of this situation. I didn't get picked up off the street. I turned myself in like, hell nah. There's homeboys in there. I'm fucking crying. I'm tripping. I'm like, man, I didn't do this, bro. All the work I put in and all the shit that I do, all the females that I've ever had, I'm like, hell nah. I'm getting singled out. There was 4 other homeboys in that motherfucking thing that should have went, but they didn't go nowhere. You feel me?
Different. I've seen that happen a lot of times, bro. You know, house parties and stuff where, you know, things go wrong. A female might do some things and then make some accusations that, you know, that's not real how it really went down. I get it, bro. It's really, really common, man, especially as a late teen, early 20s. Man, you're partying, man. You're kicking it with the
I wasn't old enough to buy no beer yet, bro.
Exactly.
And the thing is, and the thing is that when I went, if you really do something foul in your brain, you're not gonna go against your own homeboys unless you just really you're really just ready to die at that time. Yeah. You're like, I'm ready to get stabbed in my neck and get fucked off right now. Come on. So like I spoke about it in my last things, I went to county jail everywhere. Like, what y'all talking about, bro? You know what I mean? Yeah. This is bullshit. I didn't get convicted. It's done. And now I'm here for a different case. But because y'all niggas are jealous of me because in my barrio, which is a small town, I just got off the phone with my homeboy Flacco, right? From one of my best homies from my hood. He said, Toro, he said, you're too much of an alpha male. Them niggas is all betas. They followed another alpha, but I had to retell him. The thing is that I fucked with most of my homeboys' ladies, bro, before they were their ladies.
Right.
I knocked them, bring them to the party, and that became their lady. So imagine you going to your own hood and then you walk into a house party and almost everybody's lady in there you messed with before. That's going to be very uncomfortable. I'm not, if a nigga fuck my female, my wife or something, I'm not going to want him around. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really happened. It was just too much of a, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this guy, he talks to all the females. He be fighting. He be going in and out of jail. He raps now. Oh, fuck.
A little bit of haterism. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, I felt it, bro. I felt like they were trying to do me in, bro. And fucking, that's why I said. And then the funny thing is, when I get out of prison, all these people that are talking about me, are talking shit about me now, all these homeboy rappers, they all did music videos with me. They all did videos and got fame off my Instagram, LT, the real estate come. There was over 17,000 people on there. I did fucking videos with everybody. I tried to bring Louis Loco back out, start his career over. I was the one who put him up on Instagram and was like, here, he got like 8,000 views just off of my video that I'm helping homies out, trying to encourage people. And then motherfuckers just try to set me up and then do that. So when I see people with them niggas from Frisco now, right? And I see them taking pictures and I see them throwing up certain hand gestures and I see them all congregating with these motherfuckers, right? I'm like, okay, so you guys are trying to scare me because you guys injected me against my will. You guys did a lot of shit to me that was very unlawful. I know now that I don't have one right as a fucking citizen in this state. Now I'm a 5150 and I get Social Security. You feel me? So, I mean, the job is let's shut that motherfucker up. We don't want him talking because we already know that he's too solid of a person. Let's get him out of here. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, fuck that. I got like 20 songs in the woodworks in my email that I've been knocking out. I just knocked out 2 videos. It's hella hard for me to find an editor right now because of these other rappers. Because like Filthy Phil from 530 from Woodland, that was my boy. He used to make all my beats. He won't make me no more beats no more. But the same people he associates with all hang out with supposed people that ain't no cool. But when it came to me, it's like, it's an issue, you know, because people are on some hater shit when that rap shit happened, bro. So,
so what's up with you now, man? How are you just like, whatever they say, I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, doing me? You even tripping on that stuff no more? Or what?
Oh yeah, because the real ones that know me, bro, I've been doing time since 15 years old with everybody. I've been in fucking Port, I've been in Tulare County, Alameda County, Solano County, Cocoa County. I can name all the fucking county jails I've been to, and I was active as fuck and doing whatever the hell I was doing. So the real homies that know me now, they know, oh, Toro's a real one. It's all these motherfuckers that don't know me and they're trolling on the Instagram and they're trolling on YouTube, and really it's what one manager, you know what I'm saying, that try to do me in and discredit me. And now I told Mousy when it got out, I said, bro, you know, you hurt my fucking feelings, bro. I said, you're supposed to be my uncle. Mousy ain't my blood uncle. He has kids with my tia. But I told Mousy, I said, you're supposed to be my blood uncle, bro. And you come out and you put out your fucking new album with this bitch ass nigga on your hood. I said, bro, that's like a slap in my face, knowing damn well, nigga, what I said was true. And so he says all that about me, but then he promotes SPM. Not saying nothing about SPM. I don't know SPM. SPM's a convicted chomo, bro. Child molester. You know what I'm saying? That's in jail. Said what, seen his little daughter playing with a little girl, took her panties out and said, looked uncomfortable. Some weird ass shit, bud, that he said on his trial. But you go take pictures with this nigga and you go cheer this guy on, and the homeboys don't say shit to you about it. The homeboys all turn a blind eye about it. So it's a whole bunch of bullshit. So now I know in my mind, I said, this is all some type of theatrical Hollywood game. This is all some bullshit. This is all just some fucking fairy tale situations when it comes to the rap world. None of these niggas is real gangsters. None of these motherfuckers on some real, I can't say all of them, but most of everyone that I came across, I've seen that they were all a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers and they all indulging and shit. So it came to be that I just said, I'm gonna do this shit regardless if I got homeboys or not. I just went to Washington and I got homeboys in that video. They're homies. Some of them ain't, but they program different in Washington State. They're different. Right. So,
no, we noticed, man, is for some reason, me and Gunnar talked about this a few times, is that people seem to get it confused that rappers, singers, actors, they're entertainers, man. And people start following these people like they're really representatives of a certain thing. Man, they are providing entertainment for an audience in hopes to get fame and money. That's it. That's where their influence ends. And in society nowadays, people are so like, oh, what did this rapper say? Like he's like the president or, you know, the head of your hood or something. It's like, bro, this is entertainment. You guys are taking this way. You guys are tripping, man.
Yeah, I just want to have fun. And then motherfuckers want to take me to jail.
Get some paper. Yeah, make some money. Right. What's up, Gunner, man? You over there quiet as hell, man. What you got, bro?
Man, so trip out, you know what I mean? I'm going to get into a spiel with Toro too. I got some questions to elaborate on them with. What does it say? You see, I seen it says something right there.
Something about a gift from Zoom. I don't know what they're talking about.
Man, they're trying to give a gift from Zoom. So everybody wants to give me gifts. Orale, I'm the gun. Hey, so even Zoom. I'm gonna get into it with Toro. I'm just sitting back hearing your guys' conversation, man, hearing the real, kind of elaborating what I'm gonna got going on and contemplating, man, get my mind right. But yeah, man, it's a cold game out there. I hear you, man. I got my thing going on too with some rappers. We're gonna elaborate and touch on that. So yeah, just man, I commend Toro and everything he's doing and for coming on here and giving us his time. Man, it's great. It's a great thing. It's lovely when you can see it for what it is and continue to move on. And we're gonna do it in that fashion. Orale.
Hey man, one thing, man, since we're talking about right now about the, the drama and the street level kind of stuff, and I know you're doing a whole nother episode with the homeboy right here about what he's got going on musically and things of that nature. But is there anything you wanted to add about any kind of, gang past activities, that any questions you might have had that you wanted to ask him? Right now is the time.
Yeah, hey, so Trip Out, so Toro, I wanted to get into, I did hear in your spiel, the spiel I just heard the other day, about that in your neighborhood, real prevalent in your neighborhood, in your barrio, bro, that there was a lot of dropouts, that people that label them dropout. We know now, being me and Rojo, we knowing that in order to be a dropout, definition is you have to be from one of the big 4 prison gangs, right? But we're not even going to get onto all that. We're just going to get into what these kids know nowadays, this whole generation. Being dropouts, non-actors, or whatever they were. I heard that they were like half and half in your body and everybody was kicking it together. So it's funny how they trip on you nowadays, yet they're all posted up with these individuals. That's a highly form of favoritism, I'm thinking. So was that going on over there? I heard you speak on that, man. Can you speak on that?
Oh, that was big time favoritism in that hood, bro. It's whoever's family was from Vacaville the longest got praised the longest. It didn't matter about their beat out status. It didn't matter if the motherfucker was a chomo. It didn't matter if the motherfucker was, because honestly, not to be like that, but a lot of these motherfuckers were about 10 years, 15 years older, kicking it with us when we were in our teenage years, fucking our homegirls. And then you get about 18, 19, 20, and you start going to county jail, and other homeboys from like VCF or Vadio Warzone from Fairfield or from Vallejo, they'll be like, hey, those homies are I come in telling a story like, yeah, I was just with this homie and that homie, we're just doing this. They're like, what? Who are you with? I'll be like, yeah, I was with them. I'm like, them fools is all bad, bro. They PC'd up in Jamestown, PC'd up over here, did this, did that. I'm like, I didn't fucking know that. You know what I'm saying? And then fucking, they started putting them on records, on albums. You know what I mean? I just got off the phone with my homeboy Snoopy. And he was telling me right now, I was telling him like, man, that's a trip. Because this fool, known for stabbing fools and doing all this, going to jail all the time. All of a sudden he gets out and does a term, and fucking the homeboys are kicking it with him. And I'm thinking he's cool. We already kicking this a month. And then they start doing the studio stuff. All of a sudden, the homie pulls me to the side. He says, hey, bro, this fool's a dropout, bro. Don't be doing music with him. I'm like, what? The fuck y'all talking about, bro? He's a fool. What the fuck you mean he's a dropout? Well, yeah, something happened to him in the pen and shit. It's a long story, we'll get into it later, but just don't be doing music. 2 weeks later, the homie's album drops. Boom, he's on one of the songs. I got the block on my face because the block stopped my hurting. He starts going crazy, rapping on a song. Like, this fool's tight. So he had swag to him. The homie was the alpha male, a hitter. Not every homeboy is an alpha. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a bad thing, whatever, but not every homeboy could go places as he pleases and just do what the fuck he wants to do. I can do that. I know this homie can do that. So I had a friendship with him. 2 years later, the rapper Little Raider, this guy was his best friend since like junior high, elementary school, fell out over $300. That fool didn't want to go fade him. He didn't want to do a one-on-one. So he called a meeting. That was the first time that favoritism shit started happening over this fool after we started rapping. Then another homie, Big Sonny. Big Son gets stabbed by some Sureños. He's under his car, fixing his car. His red belt's hanging. The Southsiders seen him, start stabbing him while he's fucking fixing his car. The homie's a beast. He gets up, chases this motherfucker. He's on the freeway. He's with some other dude. They get pulled over, right? It's a high-speed chase now. The homie's trying to find out who stabbed him. You know what I mean? So instead of our Vadio going back and retaliating, the homie says, nah, that fool called the police. He's all bad. We're not doing nothing to these fools. I'm like, what? They just stabbed the homie, bro. I sleep over the homie's house. You sleep over the homie's house. We all go to the homie's house and party, nigga. And the homie's a rider, bro. What you mean? Oh, nah. You know what I mean? That homie snitched. There's no paperwork, no court date, no nothing. How do you figure this? You feel me? Turns out the dude he was with said, those guys stabbed my friend. The homie never went to court, went to prison active a couple times. Now he's a dropout because it's like his 4th or 5th time. But back in them days, 15 years ago is what I'm saying. those rules back in my mind were like, nah, they got the homie. We're supposed to go smash, bro. And that's not how it worked in Vacaville. If you were a threat, if you was any type of rider, if you carried any type of voice and your voice carried authority, oh, they want you gone. They want you out of there. They don't want you in that circle. They want to fuck bitches and drink, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a homeboy, there's things that came with it. And you know what I'm talking about. You did all this shit already. You know what I'm saying? There's pride, there's shit that comes with this situations. So fucking all of a sudden, the other homeboys, when they did try to push that NF agenda, the big homie agenda in Vacaville, in my hood, in Brown Street locals, it was not accepted, bro. And you can have, and you can't, well, I can't, that sounds like some kid shit, but everybody from Fairfield to Vallejo, they all know that because they already tried to start it with the homies from VAC, and the homies from VAC were the only hood that would never show up to the meetings. So what I'm saying is they program hard with inactives and actives the whole time. And the homies always tell me, hey, keep that shit a secret, bro. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't put down our business like that. And then when Little Corner and the homies started first rapping and really put Little Raider on the music world, that's when that fool started. That's when I really think about it. It's all manipulation. He said it was over money. Really, it was over, oh, we got out of town homeboys coming to our hood now doing music. So because we don't want to be embarrassed and we don't want one of their homeboys from their video coming into our video, seeing that this guy right here is all bad or whatever, because I don't call them all bad. I just say they're not in good standings with this group segment, right? So all of a sudden, if they see that, then that's going to make Little Raider, make all these other homeboy rappers look bad, and they're never going to have a career because they're going to be known to functioning with DOs or whatever at that time, correct? So that's what would happen. And I'm younger than these fools, 4 years younger. So I'm looking up to this shit like, hey, this is incorrect, bro. And then I get cleared every single time when I go to prison, and I feel strong about it because I'm like, I'm in good standings. I fucking put my life on the line for this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Tracy, it took 3 weeks for me to get cleared. Then I got cleared. When I went to San Quentin, it took 2 days to get cleared. When I went to Delano, it took 2-3 days. I was Tier Porter. I was the Gallo. Everybody knows who I was behind when I was there. And my presence was known. You feel me? I was never on no hoe shit. So then when I go to the bar and I come out of my town, I see nothing but dropouts at the bar. And they're saying, hey, homie, we respect you. We'll leave. I'm like, nah, bro, what the fuck is going on, bro? Where's the homies at? How come there's no presence known here? Why am I always out here by myself? And I see you motherfuckers all the time. I'm not going back to prison over you motherfuckers. I'm trying to kick it. What's up, nigga? Pour up a drink, homeboy. You ain't did no foul shit before. What you do? You got off on the wrong homie in your cell because he was annoying you. I know you fucking beat up homeboys in the hood all day. What did you do? Well, this is what happened. He runs down this story. I said, I knew it. So, the whole time you didn't snitch. You didn't fucking do no hoe shit. You didn't fucking no kids. You didn't do none of this. But you're labeled this person. Not in my book, bro. I go by morals. And my dad's an older homie, bro. And he always told me, don't ever, ever pick that shit before your family. Don't ever pick this shit over your family. And if they try to tell you to kill one of your own, don't ever do it. That's your family, son. You will regret it if you ever do it. You know what I mean? And my dad is on, I got pictures on him on my Instagram, on him on the yard that with red rags in the 80s with sandals on his feet. That's a big no-no, right? You know what I mean? Not with Pops. Pops is Cornell, Eastside Daly City. Hit the bag one time, the bag fucking fall off. Everybody know how powerful my dad is, you know what I'm saying, in the Bay Area. And he's a very known factor. So I was laced with his mentality. So even though I was always active, I always felt fucking like, he was like, son, it hurts me. He always tell me, son, it hurts me how the homies are doing each other. The North is tearing up. We're seeking our own shit, son. We're seeking our own shit. So I grew up with that mentality like, damn, this is all in foul justice. This is not even cool. Like, so I want to be a voice and be like, man, maybe one day I could be somewhere and fucking give a voice and create some justice over here. Because I see a lot of foul shit going on. Like in your story, when you said the homies were indulgent and they were on black. I've been in places where I'm like, damn, I'm looking at the motherfuckers' eyes. I'm like, especially from, like you said, Antioch, Dirty Waters. That's why they call it the Dirty Waters. My little brothers from Antioch. The motherfuckers indulge highly on fucking black and meth. Highly. And a lot of the fools are in mental institutions and they're talking to themselves and they're all fucked up in my generation. Believe me, I know this. A lot of them are dropouts too. So I know you know how grimy it could get in this life. You know what I mean? But that's how it was in fact when I first moved there. So it was just a whole bunch of fuckery. And then when I started rapping, then it was prison politic time. Let's switch up the whole movida. And now, oh, you want to kick it with them and do this? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So it's cool. I don't let men
nothing
justify
ever
my
changes,
life,
man.
as you
Whether
guys.
it's rap, the county jail, prison, man, there's always going to be that little, you know, favoritism, that little, you know, people talking. It's all about influence, man. Whoever has the most influence of whatever, for whatever reason, been around the longest, got the most money, family members, whatever, they're going to be
And
the
I
ones
think
that
it's
come
just
out
them,
hot.
not to cut you off. I think
Yeah,
it's
no, you're
just them
good.
people.
Yep.
Not to cut you off, but I think it's just them people. Because when I would go to car shows, I'd make $1,000 on CDs, bro. $5 a CD, bro. I'm talking to everybody. I don't have a booth. I shake everybody's hand. I treat everybody equal. I treat everybody the same. And a lot of homeboys they used to hate on that shit. They'd be like, here's my CDs. Go take my CDs and sell it for me. I'll be like, what? Fuck no, niggas garbage, bro. I ain't doing that, you know what I mean? But not all of them, because a lot of homeboy rappers I still think's tight. Like, I don't like Rome, but that motherfucker can spit. That motherfucker's tight. You know what I mean? There's certain other people like Tony B. That fool's cool. I just talked to him in prison and shit.
What about
Certain
the music?
homeboys that are still cool, but you know what I mean? What happened?
What about Little Yance, the homie, Little Yance? He's the homie though, man.
Hey, I picked up Yance on 2 flights of stairs, bro. And we're in San Jose doing a studio session. You know, he has that motherfucking wheelchair. It's a heavy thing with him and on that wheelchair. So Yance knows who I am. I've been to his house plenty of times, and hey, he's cool, bro. He knows what's up with me and shit. You know what I mean? He might be a little butthurt right now, but one of his family members are Northern Riders. You know what I'm saying? That nigga sat there. That fool that was at my house, that's probably his brother. You know, they look alike.
All right, hey gentlemen, man, let's go ahead and cut this episode for now, and we're gonna jump right back on another one with Gunner talking about this music thing, man. I don't want to make this all day thing. I know everybody's busy, man, but appreciate it, man, and we'll be right back at you with part 2.
I appreciate it, y'all.